This has them terrified by Decoy Voice. We'll jump in. Look at Leaflet reacting to this as well. Very interesting. Yeah, we'll jump in. Let's see. I think this is about Jimmy Kimmel, who just recently got kicked out or something like that. We'll see.
The funniest thing Jimmy Kimmel ever did was get fired for being unfunny. But somehow, the left is more panicked about free speech costing a guy his TV show than free speech costing a guy his life. As this is Kimmel's controversial segment in question.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Where the next
Wait, what did he say?
Trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political.
But he wasn't. We have Discord messages. We have testimony from family and friends. We have clear evidence of that he certainly was not anything but a leftist. Radical leftist. That's just what it is. He's not a groyper, as people theorized. He had furry and trans and anti-fascist thingies on there, right? On like the whatever the cassettes. I don't know what magazines, whatever it is, right? You get the idea.
Political points from it.
Where the next day his show's doors were closed as they sent away him and his team. As Nextdoor quickly announced, they object to Jimmy's offensive comments and will no longer air his show for the foreseeable future, which prompted Sinclair.
Good, deserved. I've seen that people started canceling ABC on Blue Sky. Wow. That's like 20 people or so. Crazy.
To do the same on their ABC stations, making a statement that on Friday, they will air a special remembrance of Charlie Kirk instead, calling upon Kimmel to issue a public apology and a personal donation to the Kirk family and Turning Point USA. But judging by the Hollywood Reporter, Jimmy wasn't going to apologize, he was just going to double down.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you know, you can call that free speech.
Own that fraud. And they were like, oh, that's actually against free speech. Well, they kicked them off themselves. Not because of the government.
He was fired for lack of talent.
And Trump was right. Jimmy Kimmel, alongside all the left-wing late-night hosts, have been
Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's not too good. That's not too good. Those numbers are not good. Wow, those numbers are actually kind of ass.
Completely slipping out of relevance. And just like any workplace that has an employee that's slowly declined over time, it's hard to terminate their contract over mediocrity. But given the opportunity, like public backlash over brazenly false information regarding a national tragedy, the bosses will jump on firing you while they can still pass off the blame on everybody else. But leave it to the corporate media to make this business decision about their Trump derangement syndrome, with MSNBC coming out in full force.
TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. CDS, Charlie derangement syndrome.
Donald Trump's ongoing campaign to crack down on free speech, dominate the media, and essentially render the First Amendment meaningless.
We are quickly becoming a censorship state.
There will be
Oh, suddenly it's censorship. Oh, but when you were running the thing, it was not. Weird.
kind of deployment of law enforcement, of the state apparatus.
Congressman on CNN echoing the same nonsense.
Jimmy Kimmel is a late-night host. He's a comedian. We have the First Amendment in this country, and it's pretty clear that this is a direct attack on free speech. And
America is a less free place if late-night comedians cannot do and say what they want.
They're literally trying to say we're less free if private companies aren't forced to promote their propaganda at a financial loss. As let's be clear, Kimmel's recent comments are mild compared to the deranged things he said before. The corporations didn't suddenly grow a spine, it's just that Kimmel isn't entertaining anymore. As I guarantee, if he—
It's also that, right? As a comedian, you're supposed to do something which is called comedy. You are supposed to be comedic. Lies are not comedic. I don't know what I need to tell you. Lying is not comedic. Like, straight up ignoring facts is not comedic. I don't know what's going on here.
he was putting out Gutfeld numbers, they'd let him get away with anything because nobody fires an earner. And all these media tears just remind us how they simply have zero actual virtues. Where Western Lensman found the perfect example on MSDNC.
And this is just the latest chapter in Donald Trump's ongoing campaign to crack down on free speech, dominate the media, and essentially render the First Amendment meaningless. Tucker Carlson, just fired from his third network, he believed he could say anything, no matter how vile, no matter how disgusting, no matter how offensive, no matter how dehumanizing or belittling. And if you act like a sociopath over and over and over and over, you will become unpopular on the national stage.
Sounds like Jimmy Kimmel. Wait a minute. You didn't want that one fired.
That's just like a basic principle. Over time, probably not going to work out well for you in the long run.
It's almost like you could cut the Chiron and stock images off the clips, swap the audios, and he easily could be talking about Kimmel, where these left-wing news personalities have become the equivalency of ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. As he's not paid to be objective about sports reporting, he's paid because if you told him to fill 20 minutes of TV time about why Tom Brady is overrated, he could easily follow it up with 20 minutes of TV time of why Tom Brady is the greatest. That's fine with sports gossip, but just proves that left-leaning media doesn't care about the truth or values, just whatever narrative they're currently force-feeding their audience. So of course CNN goes back to fear-mongering.
It is outrageous. It's a page right out of Xi's playbook. It doesn't matter whether you agree with Kimmel or not.
We had two people here in Germany as well getting fired for saying deplorable shit, right? Crazy shit. And now there has been petitions to bring back those people because it's unfair. Well, should have thought before you said anything.
He has the right to free speech. And so it is just outrageous. It is indicative of autocracy, and I am just outraged by it. Again, this is what dictators do. This is what Xi would do. This is what Putin.
Also, I find it interesting because that exactly happened under Biden, right? And other people, right? Look at Gina Carano, right? Right? That one lady from The Mandalorian got fired for stating her views and her opinion. There's plenty of other people that were fired for stating their opinion, for being more conservative leaning, or not following the narrative. There have been plenty of people here that have been fired for being more conservative or questioning. Yeah, like I said, it's funny if they do it, but it's evil when more conservative-leaning people do it. Weird.
Would do.
As MSNBC is even worse.
I built a Holocaust museum with survivors. I've also read a whole lot about authoritarian regimes. This is the playbook, folks.
The Democrat governor from Illinois actually just tried to compare the Holocaust to an unfunny comedian getting his show canceled. Not only is this incredibly disrespectful, but just reveals how desperate the Democrats have become. As Jimmy Kimmel is just another one of their guys, added to a long list of idiots that lost their left-wing platform, as that last one has been freaking out over this online.
Jimmy Kimmel, they're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sure you've heard the news by now. The folks who are complaining about killing comedy are killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about canceling people.
I find that very interesting because you could not make jokes about anything because it could be offensive a few months ago. And suddenly, comedy's being ruined. Is it only comedy on the backs of people you disagree with that is tolerable? Oh, yeah, right, that was something.
Are canceling people.
Which is funny because on an Instagram account with 1.6 million followers, he was just going live to a total of 600 people. This guy used
Wow, people don't give a rat's ass about him, it appears.
to have his own show on primetime cable, and now he's out there making TikToks nobody cares about. So it kinda makes sense that all these mainstream media personalities are panicking over Jimmy's cancellation, because it's just a sign
Well, because they could be next.
that they might be the next Don Lemon. But nobody should feel bad for Jimmy losing his livelihood, or anybody on his staff for that matter, as his show previously celebrated Tucker Carlson's cancellation.
Fox News has severed bow ties with Tucker Carlson. After all these years, they are parting ways, which means he was fired. I mean, that's really what parting ways means. What a shock. I mean, what an absolutely delightful shock this is.
Laughed about Roseanne's cancellation.
And the biggest story of the day today was Roseanne. Roseanne, you're not going to believe this, but she tweeted something outrageous. I know, yeah, right. The president did it too. It's crazy. Anyway, ABC decided to cancel.
As he even made me.
I'm happy that is gone. Poor Jimmy Kimmel. Bye-bye. See you.
Memes about Trump losing his ability to speak freely, but most importantly, advocated for the cancellation of you.
Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy.
Laughing at hospitals denying care to anybody that didn't listen to his propaganda is probably why people stopped listening to him. The funny part is, if the network didn't cancel his show, the left likely would have, eventually, as South Park had to cancel their upcoming episode for reasons, and now leftists online are calling to cancel anything Disney related, which is hilarious.
They canceled their upcoming episode because probably there was something in there that was just too early, bad taste, and it makes sense, right? It makes sense. There's just things that some things are just, it's just way too early, I think. Currently with like the turbulence and like people straight up saying we're at the verge of civil war, I don't think you want your hand in that right now. They should bring back the Charlie Kirk episode though, not gonna lie. Because he liked that episode, and yeah, I think this would be a better move.
As they always eventually turn on each other, again proving no matter how many years of representation, inclusion, and progressive intent, they're always one step away from failing the left's ever-changing purity test. As once you bend the knee to the woke mob, you'll eventually be on. So
wait, what?
You'll eventually be on.
Guess we can't say that joke here, but you won't hear me crying about it. Interesting. Interesting, what the heck?
So if you appreciate my concise, light-hearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, join the 1 million other duckers that have subscribed to Decoy Voice, and we will do a short celebration video over this milestone soon, probably with a quick Q&A, so if you have a particular burning question, add me over on Instagram too, it's @DecoyBTS, then submit your question on that last post.
Well, that's the end of this one. Okay, so, well, what do we have here? What do we have here? Okay. Get fucked. All of you. I don't care. All of you. Get fucked. Get really fucked. Rip bozo. I'm gonna be honest. These people, like I said, they need to be shown that you cannot be this. The evil is not tolerated. If you celebrate the death of any person, goodbye. That is all I can say. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.